What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be discussing Bad Vibes Forever, the situation that X's label kind of put him and his fan base in. We're going to dive into all of that, but before we do start, make sure to check out the second channel, Complex 2. Link to that will be in the description down below. Also want to shout out to all the channel members. Big shout out to all you guys for supporting me. Also follow me over on Instagram at Complex Productions 999 and my Twitter at Complex Discuss. And with this being said, let's just dive on into the video. So I think we all know that since X has passed, his label has released two posthumous albums. The first one being Skins, which released the same year that he did pass away, in the very end of 2018, and the second one was Bad Vibes Forever, released in 2019. Now, I honestly didn't really mind Skins too much. I thought, as for a posthumous album, it only had Travis Barker and Kanye West as features on the album, and we knew that X wanted to work with Kanye, so honestly I didn't really see much backlash at the time when this did release. And for Bad Vibes Forever, it kind of was just the way it was marketed, the way it was set up, the way the track list was put together, everything kind of started ticking people off. And I think this showed in the sales of the album and just the way they tried marketing it by posting certain things on X's social media and trying to promote an album that X for sure would have never have released himself if he was still alive. If you look at the track list for Bad Vibes Forever, this album has 25 tracks on it, and out of these 25 tracks, if you don't count the intro, there is only 9 solo X tracks and then 15 tracks with features. And some of these features are artists that people just didn't necessarily want to see on the project, and there's songs that we could obviously tell were unfinished. We could kind of hear this with Skins, and it was unfortunate because X just didn't have a lot of music completely ready when he did pass away, and we could kind of see that with Skins, but it was really showcased when Bad Vibes Forever was released and the track list was teased and posted. Just because of the amount of features and everything on it, you could tell that the label and the marketers were really just grasping for strings at that point to just try and make a project that could be listed under X's name and just do well streams wise, because X has such a loyal and dedicated fan base. Thankfully though, the mainstream and X's fan base saw through this, and obviously the album does have tracks on it that I know people like, and there's even tracks on it that I like. I personally think Bad Vibes Forever with P&B Rock and Trippy is a good track, and I know there's other songs on here, standout solo tracks that a lot of fans and me myself do enjoy, and I do go back and listen to. Stuff like Heart Eater and Attention are great tracks, and I do think that obviously if X would have had time to finish these himself, they would have been way better than what we did end up getting. But for the most part, I think the label did handle those well if they were going to do that, but there was no reason to stretch out Bad Vibes Forever to a 25 song album. There was also the controversy around this time going on with the X and Lil Nas X song. I do know that a lot more people would be comfortable with that releasing now, but at the time I remember the backlash that collab got, and people just did not want to see that released because of the history Lil Nas X had with X or stuff that he had said about him. It was just to the point where we could tell that X's label was not keeping X's best interest in mind. They were just trying to get streams and release stuff that they did not care about X's legacy. Now, I do want to give credit because I think doing stuff like releasing Vice City on all streaming platforms and the fact that we're finally going to be getting the documentary in June on Hulu, these two things I think are great. And honestly, Skins I don't even think was a terrible move. I think the only good part about Bad Vibes Forever and Skins, though, one of the best parts about these projects is at least these were visions that X did have and he did speak about while he was here, and their label was just trying to put those visions out. They just went about it in the complete wrong way. But still, this is more than what Juice's label did by just completely scrapping or not even acknowledging some of the past projects that Juice was working on, like The Outsiders, Slime World, and Naruto Date in London. They just went right into doing album or label exclusive posthumous releases, where X's label at least tried to keep certain things about X that he was working on going. Just based off of the sales and everything, when you compare Bad Vibes Forever and Skins, you can obviously tell just like a decrease, and this always happens with the second posthumous release. We've seen this with Pop Smoke, and honestly, Pop Smoke's situation was pretty much the same with his second posthumous album. It wasn't really a Pop Smoke album, where I don't really consider Bad Vibes Forever an X album. I know a lot of people don't even consider Skins that, and it's just to the point where we saw the labels just want to stretch out these artists for as much as they had left in them and release released things that obviously the fan bases were not going to be too accepting of. But with all this being said, obviously a lot of this just came from X's label just trying to release something that was not finished and that just could not have gotten finished, and with X not being here, and we should have never really seen it actually officially released. But those are just my views, and those are, I think, the main problems with Bad Vibes Forever, why it got so much hate, why the sales weren't as high with it as it was for skins, and obviously kind of where they put the community in. But like I said, we're obviously seeing a lot more positive things come, especially with like the Juice collab and everything. So I'm going to keep a good outlook on everything and just see what they do for future releases and what they plan on doing to keep carrying on X's legacy. But with all this being said, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.